Hi guys, welcome back to the workshop. So I'm back in the workshop after like 3 weeks of being no well. I was doing it Aldi. For yous in Britain, yous will know who I'm talking about. Aldi, Lidl, try to think of the American equivalent. Harbour Freight, Laws, things like that. I seen a cheap set of chisels and the question arose, you know, could you use the chisels or could you get the chisels to be a premium chisel? So I'll show you them and I'll walk you through what I'm going to do. So these are the chisels here, Work Zone, made in China. Ultimately, what it comes down to, if you're just getting started out, chisels like this are going to do you. Of course they are. I only paid $5.99 for these, so £6, so £3 a chisel. So let's get them out. So my concern with these chisels is that it's no got a high content of carbon steel, so you will be able to sharpen them, but more than likely they're not going to last. There's pros and cons to cheap chisels. They're easy to sharpen. Metal that's got a low content of carbon steel, you can sharpen them really quickly, whereas chisels that have got a high content, so they've got a real hardness to them, they can take a bit longer to sharpen. Like these ones here, you know, these are good quality chisels and I can sharpen these and use these for months and months and months and they're still sharp. I mean, these are still hair whittling sharp and I've used them umpteen times, whereas ones like this is a really cheap chisel. I sharpen this and it'll blunten real quick. I don't know about the Hornels as well. They're alright, I guess. And I'm assuming it's not going to have, you know, a taper. And that's probably just going to be one shaft the same diameter. But we could certainly make better Hornels. They're razor sharp at the bits. So we'll just focus on one of them. And the first thing that I want to do is knock these off, man. Now, hopefully the blade is flat here. If it's no flat, then we can just work it, but it's going to take a lot of work. See if it's got a concavity to it, then it's not too bad. But see if it's convex, then that's going to take a lot of work, you know what I mean? Because you want this bit to be as flat as possible, you know, right here. You want it to be as flat as possible, man, because that's your reference side. And then ultimately, I wish I had a macro lens that we could actually look at that. But if you actually look at that, you can see it. It's all banged up. Let's get these Hornels off and we'll make a new Hornel and then we'll start working on this. That is going to bite into that. Man. It's got a no bad amount of hardness to it. But, I mean, I can tell if I put weight onto that, that would eat into that. Look at this nice bit of ash here. Ash makes a nice Hornel. So we'll use this. And this is one that I made. I like making them like this. So you get a nice thick bit here. And a nice thin bit here for your thumb to go in. And ultimately this wee bit here and all. It just makes the chisel stand out. And then we'll make a ferrule for it as well. Even though it doesn't need a ferrule. It doesn't need a ferrule because it's just got a straight shaft. Whereas this one here is tapered. So the idea of the ferrule is that you make the hole slightly undersized. And when you knock it on, it'll squeeze the wood. But the ferrule will stop it from cracking. So I will make something like this. And we'll just put a wee ferrule on it, just for looks. that'll do it. And I'll press fit that on. Now that's a ferrule. Not like your cheap ones you get. Nice beefy one. There we go. Now, let's get the blade in it. Now does that not look a million times better? Start working on this. And it's just a lot of grinding. And I'm not going to use the sander again. No, I'm going to do it all with the stones. And we'll sand that as well and get rid of that. But I want to see if this bit's flat, so we'll start by doing this bit. There we go. So, we've got that nice and flat. You see right there, there's a couple of low spots. But that's far enough out of the way that we don't need to worry about that. But we can clean that up as well, blend it in. See, that was a mistake on my part in the Aldi operations. I should have done all this work first and then made the handle, because I've got the handle all black, so just gonna clean it and then wrap it with masking tape. In about 5-10 minutes there. Going down a good bit, so it's pretty hard to get away in here because obviously the stone is flat, but this isn't. You can see there's a low spot right there, so just going to put it in the vise. I'm going to start sanding on these bits here. Right man, I'm pretty happy with that. Only took it to 400, but it's a million times better than what it was before. Now, at this point, it's acceptable. It looks good, and most importantly, this back is flat. Now, you could, you know, if you wanted to, you could take it up a step, you know, continue. If you wanted, you know, a really nice mirror finish on it, you could just continue. I mean, I only took it to 400, and you know, there is still a few wee scratches here and there. Right there, you see it, which they're kind of deeper scratches for the coarse side of the diamond stone, but in the grand scheme, you know, it looks good. So, the cutting edge, the bevel. An angle anywhere between 20-30 degrees is going to do most of the things that you're going to use this chisel for. Personally, I like it to be on the steeper side. I like it the way it is there, like that. Half of my chisels have got a 30-degree bevel, and then the other half have got like 20-25. I'm just going to sort of keep the angle that it's got, and I'm just going to grind it back. We'll get it hair whittling sharp. Start with the coarse side, flip air, use the fine side, and then I'm going to get one of my one of my fine stones, and then we'll get a mirror polish and we'll strop it, and then we'll test it. Move over to this one. Must have cut myself with there. Right. There we go. Got it razor sharp. There's still a wee burr on it, but sharp enough to cut me there. Right, so I'm going to get, so I've already got it right here. This is a jade stone, and this is not going to take any material. It will, but what this stone does is it sort of burnishes it, just creating a finer point. Right. That will do, man. That's scary sharp. Well, still, there's a wee burr on it. All what I do now to refine that edge is strop it. And all the strops that I've got are kind of, they're old, and a lot of them are contaminated, so let's throw together a new strop. So both of these are the leather side up. I want to make one that's got the suede side up, because I read that the day ones can be just as good. So I've got these two here. I've not got a suede side up, so let's make one of them. I want to find a hard bit, man. Ah, there we go. I've got this one here as well. Get this one on here. I'll do. Right. Oh yeah. It's not stuck to this. We want to polish, and this green polish is sort of like a medium, and it's pretty good for an all-round polish. But let's charge it. Don't really want to put it at the angle of the bevel. I'd say you want to just maybe a wee bit less, because you're going to push this into it, it's going to indent into it. So put your weight onto it, drag it. See that, man? Perfect. But considering doing it by hand, came out pretty good, man. And an old-fashioned way of seeing how, you know, something is sharp. Do it on your nail, just touch it like that. That is sharp, sharp. Got this bit of hardwood here, it's a real dense bit. So I'm just going to have at it away with it. So there we go, man. You know, first impressions, it's a nice chisel to use. Just for how sharp it is and that, and the geometry I've got in it. Lost a bit of sharpness maybe on this side, but I can feel it. It's still sharp. It's still really sharp. You know, I'm relatively impressed, and it's a nice chisel to use. You know, it's comfy in the horn, eats through the wood, no problem. And as I said, being a cheap chisel, it's got its pros and cons. It's easy to sharpen. It's easy to remove metal away. You know, I think I've spent maybe three, 4 hours ish, you know, to take it from that to this, you know. So I'm pretty happy with it. We've accomplished what we set out to accomplish, taking a cheap £3 chisel and turning it into a quality premium chisel. Let's see. Oh, slipped there. Here we go. There we go, man. So, I need to go and take it to this one now. But you just don't need to watch that. Exact same procedure as this one. So I'll be back with these in a moment. There we go. That's the other one done. And they both look amazing. Like some of the kind of expensive premium chisels that you can buy don't look as good as they ones. And I'm not blowing my own trumpet, just stating the facts, you know. That most of the kind of premium chisels that you buy, you're paying for the metal, you know, and they come with a basic handle. These look good, but the one thing that we can't change is the metal. The metal in these chisels aren't hard, you know, they're sort of medium gone to soft. It did not take a lot of work to take metal off these, you know. So as I said, there's pros and cons to it. They're really quick and easy to sharpen because they're no hard. Now I did think about it earlier night. You could harden these, although you've not got a high amount of carbon within the metal, so that you can actually heat them up and like quench them to harden them. There is one process that you could use to harden them, and that's case hardening them. So essentially, you know, you would take the metal and you would put it in a box, a metal box with like charcoal, and then you'd put that into a furnace, take the temperature up to like 1500 degrees, and in that process the charcoal will infuse the top layer, whatever you've got in the box, with carbon, and that will, as it's called, case hardening it. So you would have a layer, really hard metal. So you could definitely do that with it. But the way they are now, I'm happy with. You know, they're really cheap chisels. They look really good now, and ultimately they can be sharpened in 30 seconds. You know, they're already razor sharp now. So like with all chisels, you put the work in to actually get a good edge in it, and then you just maintain that edge with a strop. You know what I mean? And I made a new strop. That strop works well better than the actual leather strops that I made. And I just pried it up, but the suede works well better than the leather. See, the leather does work as well. See, after you've used it a couple of times, it sort of does feel just like leather, you know. But it works really well. So just with a strop, you can maintain the edges. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed that and found that useful. That was an enjoyable process. At the end of the day, you know, you're taking cheap chisels, you're making them look good. Now, ultimately, we can't change the metal. Or we could if we were to case harden it, but that's a completely different thing. For what they are and what they cost, I think it's well worth it. And well worth the few hours that it took. Now, as I say, there's pros and cons to cheap chisels, you know. We simply don't know the metal, and if you're working on it, I know that it is just a soft metal. I spent 20 minutes, where is that bit of wood? cleaving this hard bit of wood with that one, and it was still sharp, just the razor edge had sort of rolled there a wee bit, and I just used the strop to refine it back to that razor edge. So aye man, definitely worth it. And I say at the start of the video, if you're just starting out, tools like this are really good because they're inexpensive, you know what I mean? But aye, so I hope you enjoyed that. I found that useful, guys. I've got a cool few projects in the works. I've been nowhere else and I've been itching to get back out in the workshop. So I've got a couple of different projects in the works to do. So aye man, I'll let you get going. I'll see you in the next project, alright? Take it easy, God bless, guys. And don't forget, balls on. See you later.